Do you want to learn how to flirt with women in such a way that she automatically starts feeling a sense of curiosity about you and actually feels good while talking to you? And are you just tired of cheesy pickup lines that just don't work and end up placing you in her friend zone or even worse, her social media block list? Well, if so, then you are watching the perfect video because in today's video, I'm gonna share some powerful seduction techniques with you which will empower you with newfound confidence and the ability of making any woman feel an instant attraction towards you. And if you have just a few minutes, then I would love to share the idea with you. You got a minute? Okay, great. So let's begin. According to Dean Cortez, the world famous dating coach and the creator of the tactical attraction dating system, the basic rule of flirting is to make a woman engage in a healthy conversation with you and make her believe that you are a good, caring person who genuinely loves her and fits perfectly in her dream boy profile. And the way of doing that is by using a simple method called the opening roadmap technique, which is an important part of our tactical attraction dating system. In this technique, we use a simple 4-step icebreaker approach which allows you to build the perfect first impression and set yourself apart from everyone else. These steps are: Step 1, the magnetic approach. Step 2, the pause. Step 3, the influencing response. And Step 4, the intro and follow-up. Now these are the 4 basic parts of the opening roadmap technique. And notice how introduction is placed right at the bottom of this flowchart. Which means that in this unique approach, you will not be leading the conversation with a normal introduction. Let me explain. In step 1, you have to casually approach the girl you like and ask her a normal question. For example, let's say you come across this hot chick in a library who you want to seduce. You are gonna say something like, "Oh hey, hi, could you please point me to the direction of the history section of this library?" Approaching with such a question will save you from coming up as just another guy who just wants to get to know her. Also notice how I wait for a few seconds in between, like, "Oh hey, hi, could you please point me to the direction of the history section of this library?" That little pause is very important because that is what is going to capture her total attention and direct it towards you. Only thing you need to remember is eye contact is crucial. Always, always, always maintain eye contact with her throughout the execution of this method. Sounds good, right? Now, the second part is the pause, which is again very important when it comes to standing out. Here, you wait for her to answer while constantly holding eye contact with her and smiling naturally like an upbeat individual who is leading a good life and is filled with positive energy. Next is the influencing response, where you thank her for her help and casually compliment her about her looks, her dress, or even her accessories. What you want to do is connect with her interests. Like in the example of the library girl, you ask her a question using the magnetic approach and then you wait for her to answer. And after that, you say something like, "Oh, thank you so much for your help. By the way, is that Nicholas Sparks that you're reading? Well, that's just amazing. I just love his works." Now, this sentence is sure to set you apart from everyone else because you are tapping into her own interests. And if you want an even simpler version of this approach, then you can say, "Oh, thank you so much for your help. And by the way, nice perfume. You are literally smelling like an angel. What is it that you are wearing?" And then you wait. And once she responds, you move on to the last step, which is the introduction and the follow-up. In this last step, you finally tell her your name and ask her for hers, and then you proceed to compliment her on her name and follow up with asking her about stuff like her contact number or saying something like, "I really loved to meet you, by the way. Do you come here often?" And then you wait for the answer and say, "Oh, that's great. Do you mind if we hang out afterwards?" And there you go. You have successfully used the opening roadmap method to instantly grab the attention of the girl and set yourself apart from everyone else. Now, here is a quick review of the process. Step 1 is the magnetic approach, where you say, "Oh hey, hi, could you please point me to the direction of the history section of this library?" Step 2 is the pause, where you hold an eye contact with her and have a normal smile on your face, looking like a positive and upbeat person. Step 3 is the influencing response, where you say stuff like, "Oh, thank you so much for your help. By the way, is that Nicholas Sparks that you're reading? Well, that's just amazing. I just love his works." Or you say something like, "Oh, thank you so much for your help. By the way, nice perfume. You're literally smelling like an angel. What is it that you're wearing?" And then finally, step 4 is the intro and follow-up, where you introduce yourself, ask her name, compliment her about her name, and say follow-up sentences like, "Oh, I really loved to meet you, by the way. Do you come here often? And then wait and say, oh, that's great. Do you mind if we hang out afterwards? And that is how you get the girl. This is the surefire way of seducing any woman and instantly turning yourself into someone she genuinely wants to hang out with. Now, right now, guys, in the Tactical Attraction Dating course, we handhold you through this entire process of getting the girl to know you and of getting the girl to fall for you. In fact, we have students all around the globe who are already using these same strategies to get laid with any girl they come across. And the good news is that you too can be one of them. You too can master this art of flirting and seducing by enrolling into a Tactical Attraction Dating program. And right now, we are hosting a detailed video lecture about these extremely powerful seduction techniques. So, don't wait and click on the first link in the description right now and head over to that video lecture ASAP.